Think for a second about the Muslims you've seen on TV or in the movies. What images, characters, stories come to mind? Probably, unfortunately, you immediately think of terrorist groups in the Middle East.
أن تعيش في الغرب أو في أي بلد آخر تقرر الاغتراب فيه، تأكد أن نظرتك إلى العالم من حولك ليست وحدها التي ستحكم اتجاهات حياتك، وإنما كيف ينظر هذا العالم إليك باعتبارك غريباً قادماً من عالم غالباً لا يعرف عنه الكثير. إن العبور المعرفي الأكبر في هذا العالم هو في غالبه عبور عبر الشاشات، إلا من اختار العبور عبر التجربة أو المعرفة بالاطلاع عن قرب على جوهر الأمور وحقائقها، بعيداً عن الأجندات السياسية والصراعات الاقتصادية التي باتت تسود العالم.
ولكن أتعرفون ما هو غريب في هذا السياق؟ هو أنه كلما توسع فضاء الاتصال عبر هذا العالم صار أكثر تعقيداً، وبات الوصول إلى الحقائق أكثر صعوبة، وصورة الأشياء من حولنا أكثر ضبابية. في هذه الحلقة من في سياق آخر سأبحر معكم في قضية شغلت وما زالت تشغل المجتمع المسلم هنا في أميركا الشمالية، وليس هنا فحسب وإنما في عالم الغرب بشكل عام، ألا وهو كيف تنظر المجتمعات الغربية إلى المسلمين. إننا في هذا السياق سنبحث عن إجابة عن مجموعة من الأسئلة، منها ما هي دوافع الإسلاموفوبيا الذي سمي سابقاً بأنتي إسلام أو معاداة الإسلام؟ قد يبرر البعض ذلك بسبب الإرهاب، ولكن هل هذا الربط صحيح؟ من الذي ربط الإسلام بالإرهاب حتى صار هناك رهاب الإسلام؟ وكيف حدث هذا الربط وفي أي سياق؟
Do you think Islam is at war with the West?
I think Islam hates us.
Is Islam more violent than any other faith?
Islam somehow lends itself to more extremism.
الشيخ محمد يافا إمام أحد المساجد في هاليفاكس ومن أهم الناشطين في مواجهة هذه الظاهرة، التقيته لأسأله من أين جاء هذا الخوف.
Islam being a way of life that is this strong, there is no surprise that some people may have that feeling. Secondly, the media has a lot to play, especially when incidents like the September 11 attack on the United States happened, and the way the media handle it, because when a country goes to war, the media tends to always back their country, right? That's I think they consider that patriotism. So instead of reporting the truth, they report what will satisfy the masses. They give a lot of information to the people that is not true about Islam and Muslims. Thirdly, some people are just ignorant and they take their information from all kinds of media outlets and also academia. It has been in history, Orientalists, when they went to Muslim countries to study Islam, they actually did not bring the proper picture of what Islam is.
الرهاب من الإسلام تحول إلى شعور بالكراهية إلى الحد الذي يقرر فيه سائق شاحنة الانعطاف نحو عائلة مسلمة مسالمة كانت تقف على ناصية الطريق وقتل جميع أفرادها دهساً. هذا حدث في عام 2021 وصنفت الحادثة ضمن جرائم الكراهية. وهنا برأيكم لماذا نكره؟ أستعير ما قاله المفكر البحريني الدكتور نادر كاظم في كتابه لماذا نكره. يقول: هذا المختلف نكرهه لأننا نجهله، فالإنسان عدو ما يجهل. إن معظم شعورنا السلبي تجاه الآخر يعتمد على صورة نمطية في الغالب خاطئة، هي تصورات وأحياناً إشاعات وأفكار مسمومة زجت عن عمد لتكريس التفرقة والعنصرية بين البشر. وعندما نسقط ما قاله الدكتور نادر كاظم على قضية الإسلاموفوبيا فإننا نجد أن هناك ربطاً خطيراً بين الإسلام والإرهاب.
In every community, in every group of people, you have some people who are either crazy or have hatred or have ignorance. But anytime a Muslim or somebody commits a crime and the person has the name as a Muslim and they claim, and it's just a claim, they claim that they are Muslim, then that person is tied to the religion of Islam. So we hear words like Muslim Islamic terrorism. And they go in search of verses in the Quran that are taken completely out of context. They don't go before it, they don't go after it. And then they say this is the proof that Islam encourages terrorism. And the media should do a better job because they have really contributed very greatly to the maligning, the changing, the messing up of the image of Muslims. Because what sells is not information, what sells is sensation. So a human being should have some critical thinking as well, right? And also analyze why what is happening because people don't live their lives in order to kill other people. Nobody lives their life for that, not Muslims for sure. So I do understand when people are afraid, but people also have the duty to find out what the truth is.
إذن الإسلاموفوبيا هو شعور سلبي تجاه المسلمين شكلته تصورات معينة، ولكن ما مدى حقيقة هذه التصورات وواقعيتها؟ تقول الأرقام إن كندا شهدت 8 حوادث إرهابية نفذها متطرفون إسلاميون منذ 11 من سبتمبر من عام 2001، بينما تسجل الإحصاءات الكندية زيادة في جرائم الكراهية ضد المسلمين أو ضد المجتمعات المسلمة بشكل عام بنسبة 71% في عام 2021، إذ ارتفع عدد الهجمات المسجلة ضد المسلمين من 84 حادثة في عام 2020 إلى 144 في عام 2021. أما معهد الأمة ومركز التحقيقات الاستقصائية القائمة على الحوادث الإرهابية في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية فقد بيّنا في دراسة استقصائية لهما بين عامين 2008 و2016 أنه بينما ارتكب اليمين المتطرف 115 حادثة إرهابية، هناك 63 حادثة إرهابية تبناها أفراد أو جماعات تحمل فكراً إسلامياً متطرفاً مثل داعش أو غيره. والأخطر أن المسلمين هم أبرز ضحايا الهجمات الإرهابية، وهم أيضاً ضحايا نتائجها ويتعرضون للتمييز بسببها، بحيث تنتشر ظاهرة الإسلاموفوبيا بشكل أكبر من الخوف من اليمين المتطرف. فهل فعلاً يشكل المسلمون خطراً على أمن مجتمعاتهم؟
While Islam is not a threat to people's safety or that people will be injured or they will be killed just because there is a Muslim around, and that is not true. That is why Islamophobia is an irrational fear. The fear is not rational. You cannot make sense out of it.
To what extent the incidents that's happening outside borders affecting this image and creating these fears?
Yes, it does. So when the Western powers take their army and go to a completely different country with a different culture and contribute to the conflict, and when the fight happens, now they come and place themselves as the saviors. Now they have to be part of the power in that country and have to have influence. And the people don't accept them, so they fight back. And people will fight back in the name of anything. They could fight back in the name of nationalism, they could fight back in the name of Islam or whatever religion. So when that happens, of course, if they're fighting in the name of Islam, then what picture is given here is that Muslims are killing our people, right? So, and then the whole story gets retold again over and over.
عموماً، لو كان ادعاء أن المسلمين يشكلون تهديداً على المجتمعات وأنهم جماعات متخلفة ومتشددة ومتطرفة صحيحاً، فكيف يعيش أكثر من 24 مليون نسمة من جميع أنحاء العالم في دول الخليج مثلاً ذات الغالبية الساحقة من المسلمين؟ كيف أصبحت ماليزيا ذات الهوية الإسلامية واحدة من أهم الدول في السياحة والترفيه ويزورها أكثر من 30 مليون سائح؟ النماذج التي تؤكد أن المسلمين هم أبرز ضحايا الإرهاب وضحايا حروب متعددة. الدكتورة سراء حداد كندية من أصول عراقية، كانت مرشحة عن حزب المحافظين في نوفا سكوشيا وناشطة سياسية مهتمة بهذا الملف، أخبرتنا الكثير في هذا الصدد. Thank you, Dr. Surah Haddad, to having us in your home. And let me start with this question. You face many discrimination incidents in your life, and you mentioned it several times in many events. But I want to know more about it. What kind of discrimination did you face?
A couple of incidents happened when I was younger there. When I wanted to apply for dentistry, they told me, oh, you're not gonna get in because you're a hijabi woman. So you're not gonna get in. That was one incident there, but I kept trying. Another incident is a colleague of mine at work, which we've been working for so long, and then I hang verses of the Quran in my operatory so nobody can see them. He came to me and he says, you have to remove them. And I was like just shocked. And I thought, you know what? I've been working with him for so long. Why would he do that to me?
What did he say for you? What did you ask him why I should remove them?
He said, well, I am disappointed. I'm atheist. You should remove those verses. I said, you can't even see them. He said, no, when I walk by, I see them. So I was just shocked. And other incidents where you face discrimination, you face bullying because of your religion, because of wearing the hijab, and because you're a woman. When I was younger, it was scary for me. But now that I know better, that I know my rights, I stand in front of them and tell them, no, you're not supposed to be scared. We came here and we work, and we're all aspects of, you know, sectors. We have doctors, we have dentists, we are great citizens, we pay our taxes, and we work hard to bring this image up. Mm-hmm. But the media is not giving us that chance.
Every one of you are terrorists. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. You can smile at me, you can say whatever you want, but every Muslim is a terrorist.
في الحقيقة كبيرة هي الأرقام التي تسجل حول المشاعر المعادية للمسلمين. هناك 2 من كل 5 كنديين، أي 39% لديهم وجهة نظر غير مواتية للإسلام. وفي مقاطعة كيبك يصل هذا العدد إلى النصف، أي نحو 52%. هذا طبعاً بحسب The Angus Reid Institute. وهذا يجعلنا نسأل، هل يشعر المسلمون بالأمان؟
A man entered the mosque and he started tearing up the pages of a Quran. He also launched into a racist rant.
Most of the Muslim communities don't feel safe. I mean,
most of them?
Yes. The incident that happened in London, Ontario, where the guy that hit the family that was walking and killed them. When my daughter heard about it, she said, Mom, I don't want to walk outside anymore. I'm scared.
وكأن المسلمون في أميركا الشمالية محاصرون ومتهمون حتى تثبت براءتهم ومطالبون بالتوضيح دائما. في عام 2013 كان هناك مخطط لعرقلة قطار متجه إلى تورنتو من نيويورك للقيام بعمل إرهابي. هذا الحادث ساعد المسلمون الكنديون في إحباطه، ومع ذلك يتعرض المسلمون لأنواع مختلفة من التمييز.
If you ask any Muslim person who takes the bus here, who is a woman who has hijab, they may have that story. I've heard too much of it. In this center here, I was in a class one time teaching the students when those 5 family members were run over in London, Ontario. And I was trying to get the students to put it in some perspective. So I asked the girls, I said, are you scared because of this? And they said, we are always scared.
Oh, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Like, do Muslims feel safe?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and the women particularly are more vulnerable. Because a man like me, I have my own issues with society. Society has its own issues with me being a black person, being a Muslim. My name is Muhammad. I can get, too many, right? But when a woman, when my daughter shows up with the hijab, or my wife shows up with the hijab in a public place, they have their own layers of issues.
We are here. Our children go to the same school as anybody else. We are involved in volunteering with everything. Like, it doesn't matter what religion it is. Like, we go to homeless shelters, we go to feed banks, we go everywhere. So we're not isolating ourselves. I think in the beginning, which is way before, you couldn't apply to a job where you are visible with hijab.
Did this happen with you?
Yes.
يقول الكاتب الكندي جيرمي ترولوف في كتابه غير الكنديين الإسلاموفوبيا في الشمال إن القيم التي نعتز بها ككنديين قد تآكلت من خلال التحيز السياسي والقانوني والاجتماعي الموجه ضد المسلمين في كندا منذ 11 من سبتمبر من عام 2001، إذ وجدت النخب نفسها مدفوعة إلى ما قد يصبح حرباً ثقافية كاملة ضد المسلمين. لقد توسعت ظاهرة الإسلاموفوبيا بشكل غير مسبوق إلى حد السماح بممارسة الكراهية تحت غطاء حرية التعبير، كالسماح بحرق القرآن كما حدث مؤخرا في السويد والدنمارك، بل تصدر عن المسؤولين في بعض الدول الغربية تصريحات تغذي الكراهية ضد المسلمين، كتصريح وزير الداخلية البولندي الذي قال: لا تواجه بلادنا مشكلات اجتماعية مثل التي انتشرت في أوروبا الغربية حيث يوجد عدد كبير من المهاجرين المسلمين. دولة تعاني من الإسلاموفوبيا على الرغم من أن المسلمين يعدون أقلية لا تذكر في بولندا. هل هو تعميم نابع من جهل أم من تطرف أم يستخدم هذا الخوف في خطاب شعبوي غرضه تحقيق أهداف سياسية؟
Oh yeah, they politicize it definitely. For example, in Quebec, the Parti Québécois and other Québécois parties actually use Muslims as pawn, a little piece in the game, to put Muslims forward and say, this is what we will do to Muslims if you vote for us. There is hardly, in recent years, any election that happens at a national level in Canada or in the United States where Muslims are not implicated as one of the things that the politicians will deal with, most times negatively, in order to get votes.
ولكن في المقابل هل المسلمون معفيون من مسؤولية انتشار ظاهرة الإسلاموفوبيا؟
But the question is, what did Muslims do? For example, I'm here with my children. What did I do? I know from my religious perspective, I know I have a duty to actually explain to people what my religion is. I have that duty because if I don't do that, people will still hold that image. Muslims do have that responsibility of living peacefully, abiding by the laws of the countries where they are, contributing positively to society, and also explaining their religion to people. Is that enough? If we do that and then something happens, somebody who is not doing that, 1 or 2 people, or 10 people, or 100 people, do something different, will we still be safe after doing our duty? The other solution is every government that is open, that respects human rights, has the duty to protect all its citizens. So Quebec should not be allowed to pass a law that discriminates against any segment of society. The laws that they have been passing have had very significant negative impact on Muslims. So there was the Quebec shooting where somebody just appeared in the mosque and just shot people and killed a lot of people. There was the London, Ontario, 2019, I believe, when this person just took a truck and ran down on a family, 5 of them, killing 4 of them, right? So these people did nothing.
But Sheikh Mohammed, what I'm talking about, not a personal reaction. I'm talking about the Muslim community, what they should do to give the right image, to contribute the right image about themselves. This is the point. Also, like, there is another point that many people said that Muslims community, they are like isolating themselves and they are not integrating with the society in a way that giving this right image that they are part of the country, part of the whole society.
Yeah, so that there is yes and no to that, because if you look at, let's take our environment here, the Muslim community. This mosque where we are sitting, this place is open to anybody to come here, especially on Fridays. And we have some pastors and Christian pastors coming to Jummah here and sit in the masjid here. We have that like continuously. And we go out and we talk to people. And we go to schools, we go to universities and try to create a good relationship with people, with others. So Muslims do have that duty of portraying that image.
Show the image of successful people, not only the bad thing where whenever there's a crime, they should not even mention the religion. They just said this person. You can't just say, okay, well, I can't say all Christian are terrorists or all Muslims are terrorists. That's not right. You shouldn't generalize. So they should show successful stories.
Dr. Surahada, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
يبدو لي أن العدسة التي ينظر بها إلى المسلمين في الغرب ضيقة. كما يبدو أن محاولة حشر المسلمين في صورة نمطية واحدة لا تعد عن كونها تسطيحاً، ولا يخلو من استثمار سياسي هنا وهناك في ضرب للقيم الإنسانية وترسيخ للعنصرية على أسس دينية. عنصرية باتت تأخذ أشكالاً مختلفة في عالم صنف متقدماً ومتحضر. فهل يحين الوقت للقضاء على هذه الظاهرة؟